What's going on, my little piglets? It's your BFF Pork Chop here, and I'm coming at you with another football-related video. As you can tell by the title, this is something that has been ongoing for the past few years. And before I get started with the topic, if you guys can please subscribe to this channel to become a piglet, if you haven't already. And if you are a piglet, first of all, thank you. And second of all, please turn on that bell notification. That way you're notified every single time I upload a video on this channel. So, also like this video if this topic piqued your interest. Just in general, if you clicked on this video, please like it. I greatly appreciate it. Now, this topic is something that I'm not going to give my political views about or my personal views about. It's something that I'm just going to talk about, and I'm not going to, piss anybody off on the right, piss anybody off on the left, or piss anybody off in the middle. The Colin Kaepernick Collusion settlement was reached today, and what it looks like is Colin Kaepernick is going to get about $20 million, which I think it boiled down to, that's pretty much what the amount was on the remainder of his contract with the San Francisco 49ers before, the ship went down. So I think that it's good that this is coming to an end. I personally think that a settlement like this is good, not only for Colin Kaepernick, but it's good for the league, because it's something that has been a dark cloud over the league for the past few years, and this is something that I think they can just turn the page on and just put it in their rear view and continue forward for the 2019-2020 season. So, that means that Colin Kaepernick, because the whole collusion case is over, that means maybe he might get a job in the NFL somewhere. Now, honestly, does he deserve to be blackballed like he was? I don't think so. However, the reason I think most teams didn't want him wasn't because of the backlash, or it wasn't because of what he did. I think it's personally because he was an okay middle-of-the-road quarterback. He wasn't that great. Earlier in his career, yeah, he was fantastic. He had legs for days, so he could take off for days. So, towards the end of his tenure with the 49ers, I believe that there was something wrong with his throwing shoulder, and it impacted his mechanics when throwing the football. So, that was probably a red flag for any team that wanted to sign him. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but I'm sure there are plenty of teams out there that just said no because they didn't want the backlash, or they didn't want their pictures in the newspaper the next day, or all over Twitter, all over Facebook, or just social media in general, because there's a lot of left-leaning people that were pro-Kaepernick, and there's a lot of right-leaning people that were anti-Kaepernick, and regardless, you're going to piss off somebody, some form or another, if you sign this guy to your NFL roster. However, I'm sure that there's going to be some team out there that wants to bring him in during the preseason to show what he has and to see if he can actually potentially start, or if he can just be a really good backup. Now, first thing I thought when this whole collusion thing was over was, do I want him on my Dallas Cowboys? This was something that I addressed a couple of years back, last year when he wasn't signed at all. He hasn't played since 2016. But people were like, hey, do you think the Cowboys should get Kaepernick in the offseason? And I straight up said no, and I'm still going to say no. It's not the politics at all. It's not what he did. I just believe that there are better quarterbacks out there than Colin Kaepernick. However, I also do believe that Colin Kaepernick is not the worst quarterback in the NFL. There are plenty of quarterbacks that are way, way, way below Colin Kaepernick and are less deserving of a spot on a roster of one of the 32 teams. So, if a team signs Kaepernick, I will not be surprised. If a team does not sign Kaepernick, you guessed it, I won't be surprised about that either. It's just, for me, if I were Jerry Jones, I would say no, not because of the politics, but because I just don't think he's that great of a quarterback. and he doesn't really fit our system per se, I don't believe, and especially if his mechanics of throwing isn't up to par, and also he's been out of the league for a few years, so who knows if he's even in shape or wants to play. So I'm sure that there's some team out there, like let's say the Baltimore Ravens, could want him as a backup quarterback because him and Lamar Jackson kind of fit the same profile. Not Lamar Jackson. Is it Lamar Jackson? I can't remember the quarterback. No, that's Houston, not Lamar Jackson. But yeah, Baltimore, I could see him. Speaking of which, Lamar Jackson, I could see him being the Houston Texans backup quarterback. And there's a few teams, and the first one that came to mind after the fact was Jacksonville needs a quarterback. And this is something that has been in rotation with news and media and everything like that. Jacksonville should go get him, and Jacksonville should make him their starting quarterback for the franchise. And I say try it on for size, see how it fits. If it doesn't fit, ship it out. That's all I got to say about that. Now, I personally think this is good for the NFL. This is something that they can put in their rear view and focus on the 2019-2020 season, because this was a dark cloud that was kind of lingering for the last couple of years. And honestly, I'm glad to see that it's kind of come to a conclusion and that we can move on from this and do something else and be more worried about, the Kareem Hunt situation. Unfortunately, that's something that we have to worry about, is the Kareem Hunt situation. Cleveland Browns signed Kareem Hunt and made him probably their starting running back. I don't know. They got him for dirt cheap. I understand that. I understand financially why you would want to do that. Cool, more power to you. And also, there's a couple of other issues in the NFL. Obviously, we still got the CTE thing going on, which I think is something that also needs to be resolved, just like this Kaepernick thing. And there's just, I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think it's cool that this thing is over? Do you care that this thing's over? Are you glad it's over? If you were a team of another team that's not the Dallas Cowboys, would you, even if you are a Dallas Cowboys fan, would you want Colin Kaepernick on the roster? Yes or no? Let's discuss. Let's talk about it. This is a topic I think there's going to be a lot of left and right. There's going to be a lot of side A and side B that are going to be kind of, hopefully crossover, and they can see each other's point of view, even though it's not the same as theirs. So, honestly, like I said, I'm glad it's over. I think it's something that we can move on from. Kaepernick got his money, so therefore I think it should just be, a point where things just come to pass and it's over. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I've rambled on too much. I hope you guys are going to have a kick-ass weekend. It's Friday, and I love you guys so much, and I hope you guys are having a great weekend if you're not going to have one already. So thank you so much once again for dropping by. Please subscribe to this channel to become a piglet if you haven't already, and turn on that bell notification. That way you're notified every single time you upload a video. Every single time I upload a video. And if you guys can please hit that like button. That way I know that you hear me. That way I know that you're here and that I'm not just hot air just coming out of my mouth, just talking to myself in my car. So guys, thank you, and always remember, my little piglets. I kind of have a hard time getting that word out. Always remember, my little piglets. Colin Porkchop loves y'all the most. So y'all take it easy, guys, and I will see y'all next time. Bye, guys.